Makes it official. Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
The energy, the vibes, everything is still running heavy into the next day. The 2019 NBA champions are the Toronto Raptors from Canada.
Oh my god, bro.
Welcome to In the Mix, episode 13. That's my guy, as always. That is Kucukovic. Sometimes I don't know why I keep him around. I'm Boyal. We're going to try and talk loud enough for you guys today. We were downtown in the streets. We'll have some footage of that last night. So we were screaming. We were cheering. Jumping, going crazy. This guy went so crazy that he lost his car keys. I don't know how a man doesn't realize.
It was in a taxi, so it wasn't.
I don't know. I think you dropped it on the roads, bro. Did you zip up your zipper for your pockets?
I had them off when we were in the taxi.
We get back to the whips. 3:30 in the morning. I got no keys. This guy put a damper on a great night, but we didn't care. We didn't even care.
What is this podcast? Are we talking about sports here? Or are we talking about me?
I'm just ripping you a little bit, bro. Just get the people going.
Get to the point. You're lucky I came today. Let's go.
Lucky you came. All right. Where do we even start after that magnificent night? The first championship of major sports. Forget the TFC. I'm sorry. Forget TFC. Major sports. Since 1993, when the Blue Jays won back-to-back. We have dealt with turmoil, angst, disappointment, displeasure, bad management, bad players leaving, and now Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka. Not even gonna say Marc Gasol, but I'll throw him in there. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell.
Every player on that team should be brought up.
To the top.
Everyone that played.
Patrick McCaw, leaving Golden State. Even Jeremy Lin played 5 minutes in his final.
5 seconds,
a couple
bro.
slaps.
It wasn't 5 minutes.
I'm trying to be nice. We're all excited. We're all happy. How you gonna be down right now, bro? How you gonna be down?
Let's go.
Even
bro, I've never seen a city like that we saw last night.
That was
never,
nuts.
bro.
Nuts.
Oh
as soon as we hopped off
man.
the subway at Blue Young, right away we jump into a mosh pit. Guys that play music on the speaker, jumping up and down. Guys,
McLaren's driving.
McLaren's just driving, stopping.
On, bro. All
those people just bringing nice whips, revving their engines. I mean, I don't know, you're showing off, but I fuck with it.
But yo, people are jumping on your car and shit.
That was a little wild.
That.
I saw one cop.
That McLaren, bro. People were jumping on the hood and shit. Yeah. I could see he was cheese.
I'll say this. So Toronto police said there's no arrests reported last night in celebration, which is all Gucci.
Except for a shooting.
There was a shooting at 4:15 in the morning where we were. And also,
bro, you see that other video? Six Buzz posted?
The cop car.
No, that guy that fucking tried fighting the cop.
Oh, one guy tried fighting a cop. I don't know how he wasn't arrested.
He probably was.
People pushed the envelope.
He was.
And then in one alley, there's a cop car parked.
Yeah.
People were jumping on top of him and were smashing the windshield in.
I know, yeah.
Well, so I will say 99% of people had a great time last night. Showed what this city is about.
And it's a lie that there was no arrests.
Couple mistakes. But the greatest thing about last night, man, you're walking down the street, no matter where you went, everybody's giving you high fives, giving you hugs. Everybody's jumping up and down. Everybody's chanting, "Let's
everyone's
go
there
Raptors."
for celebration, exactly.
It was honestly one of the most amazing scenes that I've seen in my whole life. And in classic Toronto fashion, Masai Ujiri talked about the makeup of even the front office. He has people from all over the world. People from Canada, the US, Africa, Europe. And last night, that's what it was in the streets. You were high-fiving Caucasians, then Asians, then Browns, Blacks. Didn't matter who you saw. Everybody was one last night. And the Raptors brought not only a city, but a country together.
That's what I like
we've never seen.
What's his name? Nav as our super fan.
Yeah.
It literally shows that, like, you know,
Toronto's
the diversity of Toronto. It's everyone.
A guy wearing a turban who moved here from India is our biggest fan and has never missed a game ever.
Insane, bro.
He embodies what this city and team is about. And last night was just the most captivating moment to cap everything off. It was a hell of a playoff run for these guys. It hasn't even set in, I don't think.
I know. It hasn't, bro. Even just watching the freaking celebrations after the seconds after they won the game. It's insane, bro.
But as Kawhi said, in 2014, he didn't really enjoy it as much. And this time, he's going to sit back and he's going to enjoy the shit out of it. And we got to do the same, man.
Exactly.
Because we don't know when the next time it's going to happen.
Here.
So
everyone shows him love.
Last night, it was, honestly, so the main talk has always been to the playoffs. Can we get support for Kawhi Leonard? Well, bloody yes, we can. Pascal Siakam, 26 points, shoots 10 of 17. Kawhi Leonard didn't have a spectacular night, but it was Kyle Lowry in the first quarter going off at 15 in the first quarter. Finished off at 26 and 10 assists. And then everybody was pitching in the second, really. Pascal Siakam had a great second. And then the third quarter, Kawhi Leonard took over, as he usually does in that second half. And then the fourth quarter, oh my God, this guy was unplayable in the first two series. Fred VanVleet, like, round of applause to you. Stand up, take a damn bow. You're on fire.
I know.
This guy hit some shots
stepped
yesterday.
his game up so much, bro.
He hit some shots that I was like, even if Steph pulled that up, I'd be questioning
Literally,
him.
bro. Exactly.
And especially end of the shot clock, it was no question. This guy's just banging them
He
in.
felt ready for the moment. That's why I told you last time. You got to
He
be
was
great
ready.
in those moments.
He was ready. And Serge Ibaka too, man. Forgot to mention him. 15 points in 22 minutes. Get out of here.
And play like a veteran, man.
He had
He's
a couple
been there
blocks.
before.
Kyle Lowry, 3 steals. They put their necks on the line last night. And especially when Klay Thompson went out, we don't want to see guys going out. He's got ripped his ACL.
That was bad.
He's gonna be out 8 to 9 months.
How much? Like, that was just a freak accident.
It
I
was.
didn't like people who try to put blame on Danny Green.
No,
Yeah, you can't.
he went hard, trying to follow it up with a block, man. Bumped into him.
You see, even Clay, when he first dropped down to the floor, he was like, "It's a fucking foul." And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it is a
chill.
foul.
It
You
is,
got
but
your
like,
foul.
it was. He didn't intentionally mean.
But
for
hey,
you to
after he hit the free
bust your
throws,
knee.
Danny went over to make sure he was okay, and they seemed
Yeah.
fine. My cap goes off to Klay Thompson trying to come back into that game. He was jumping in the locker room. So apparently, what happened? Because remember when he ran into the tunnel and they came back?
Yeah.
So somebody had told him in the tunnel, if you don't take the free throw shots, you're ineligible to return in this game. So that's why he came back and he took the free throw shots. And then he told Steve
Bang
Kerr.
both.
Yeah, he told Steve Kerr. He was having a hell of a game, man. That guy was on fire.
They were saying
He was making
Game
me
6,
scared.
Klay Thompson is
He had
something
30
special.
points and on 8 of 12 shooting.
And you know what else
Unbelievable.
I saw a lot from him? I saw him shooting off the dribble too.
A little bit.
The first 3 shots of the game, he was on, because for some reason they switched up to having Gasol on Klay Thompson, and he would just quickly do a quick dribble, step back, and bang the 3.
And he was shooting over Kyle Lowry.
That's
too.
why I'm saying he's a top
Yeah.
player in the league. Don't you were saying without
No, I said he's like 12th best
Curry.
player in the league. I'm just saying without Curry, he doesn't create off the dribble as much as more other
he
shooters.
has it though. It's because he doesn't need to in Golden State, but
I guess perhaps that's
I'm
the
telling
reason.
you.
But again, when he scored a 60-point game, he scored 60 points on like 11 dribbles.
I know
He doesn't need a
insane.
dribble, I guess.
it's insane. That's how quick his fucking shot is.
All right, so Addis, I want to ask you. We know LeBron James championship for Cleveland was huge. Their first ever major sports championship. We haven't had one since 1993. That's the same time the last championship in Canada happened, period. It was the Blue Jays.
Yep.
And I believe the Montreal Canadiens won the same year. Is this bigger than LeBron's championship for Cleveland in the grand scheme of things, or is it just relative to the city?
But the thing is, who you like asking me? If you're asking me, yes, it is. I don't know how it is if you're asking someone from Cleveland. You know, like it's all up. It's to it's to each their own. You know.
I think it's retrospective to the city.
I
But
could, cause I believe it is. It's the first championship the city has had since when?
93.
The '93.
But
The thing is, Cleveland
think
also had a big drought too. So
Cleveland had never won a major sports
Yeah,
championship. So
that's what I mean.
I think when you look at the grand picture, LeBron's is still bigger.
No.
But yeah, but that city had never won a single championship in any sport.
Yeah, but like the city also had but I mean just the team they had.
They had better teams over the years.
No, but I mean like the expectation of them playing that year was to win a championship.
What was ours this year?
Raptors were no, but like even
make the
you were like,
finals.
yeah, we'll make the finals. But no one thought we'd be beating Golden State. Come on.
Nobody thought Kevin
Come
Durant
on.
and Klay Thompson would end up both being out.
I even had a bet before the season started
With who?
saying that Golden State was gonna win, just because I was
Oh.
so sure that Golden State's gonna win another championship.
So did you how much money you lose?
I think like $20. Well, that doesn't matter.
You
But I'm
should
just
You
saying,
should have bet on Raptors. You would
That
have
was
made bank, bro.
it's all about the narrative. The narrative was make the finals. That was our goal. And we fucking destroyed that goal and actually won a championship
6
against
games
the
too.
2-time defending champs.
And
Like, come on.
I think the biggest feat that comes out of all of this is we know that nobody had won 3 straight games in Oracle in about 20 years. Who the hell has won 4 straight?
Literally, bro.
If you go back to the regular season, 4 straight. We won the one in the regular season and then 3 games in this round.
Oh yeah, that was like, yeah.
4 straight. We only won 1 game at home. Everybody talks about our crowd is such a big advantage. Kyle Lowry said he plays better on the road. To me, in the playoffs, you tell me whether you disagree. I think it's sometimes easier to play on the road because you don't have the pressure of your home crowd. Obviously, your crowd gives you energy.
But then you also
saw both ways.
Well, I mean, like, if you're playing in Toronto, like, let's say Golden State comes over to Toronto, the pressure they feel from what the fans say, how they are treating them, they're freaking screaming at them the whole time in their face. They're kind of like, bro, I can't lose this game, you know? I can't, like, have all these people
they're
be
getting
right.
amped up. They want to say F you.
So the pressure's also on them in that way, too. Because you're just getting trashed,
I don't
bro,
know
while you're
if
in
that's
the
pressure
other
on the visiting team. I think that's excitement and motivation for the visiting team to shut down that crowd.
But the thing is, when you lose, it's like, fuck, man. But it's like, you have to win this game just because what they're fucking saying.
Yeah, but then how did everybody win on the road? Raptors only won 1 at home.
Bro, because their crowd ain't like freaking Toronto.
Why did we only
win
1 at home?
Their fans ain't Toronto fans.
Why did we lose 2 games at home and only win 1?
Because we're still playing Golden State Warriors, man. Like,
there's the answer.
And KD, not even that. KD played at least one of those home games.
1 quarter.
Yeah. A big quarter, too.
Yeah, he had 11 points in 12 minutes. Yeah. I still say that's the reason why they won Game 5. He gave him that cushion early on.
He did.
Because if you look...
Especially they won by 1.2, so
if you look at it, the story of their series has been no support for the big guys, right? And that's why I was talking to you the other day, and I said, for Golden State to win a game, combined Steph and Klay have to score a minimum of 55 points, if not 60. And now yesterday, they were close to that, right? Steph only had 21, Klay had 30, and that was the story of the game. We were able to hold down Steph. He was 6 of 17 shooting and only 3 of 11 from deep. But then they got 22 points from Andre Iguodala, which really saved them time and time again last night.
We talked about him before, man. He's Finals
MVP, and I said he's not a great shooter, but him and Draymond Green, you cannot leave them wide open. And we did that last night, and they made it hurt. And Nick Nurse even said post-game, he said when Draymond Green hit that 3-pointer when they're up 6 with like 3 minutes left, he's like, oh no, not again, man. These guys just hitting ridiculous threes. But Draymond was wide open. And I've told you time and time and again for 3 years now, Draymond Green is one of the best bigs when he has a clean catch and shoot 3-pointer. He's not pulling up on his own shot. But catch and shoot, he'll bang them at least 50% of the time, I'm telling you, man. And Andre Iguodala, tip my cap, man.
I know.
And even defensively, again,
that man can retire happily.
Klay Thompson went out. And Kawhi still had no freedom. Kawhi's best quarter was the 3rd. Klay Thompson left from the 4th. So, obviously, Iguodala is still a premier defender in the league.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you look at the guys off the bench. So, Draymond still only had 11. Kevon Looney, 6. DeMarcus Cousins, 12. Livingston, 6. Quinn Cook, 2. That's it.
Yeah, but those guys didn't need to provide much early on because Klay Thompson was getting his 30 points.
And then when he goes out, though, that's why I was saying, if you take out Kawhi and Curry, the Raptors would win. They got more support, man. I think yesterday showed that point very well. Kawhi didn't have to have a spectacular game, and we still closed out this series.
He did.
Right?
He even said, you see what he said to Larry after? When they met up and he was holding the trophy? He's like, you were the most valuable player tonight. You should have it too.
He said, yeah, you should hold this trophy too. And I like, it tells you how banged up Kawhi was. Because when Kyle said, yo, Big Y, what's good? He's like, you good? He's like, man, I'm able to limp now because they ain't no more game. He's been hiding his limp and his discomfort, right?
But he injured it. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a champion. Bro, I hate people who fucking always make an excuse. Oh, I was playing with an injury. Even fucking Damian Lillard. I love him. But he made that stupid, I had like a separated rib. No, man.
So,
if you're on the court, I don't want to hear it.
Just to switch off a little bit, Ryan O'Reilly, he won the Conn Smythe, which is the MVP of the NHL playoffs. Just says after casually, he's like, yeah, I've been playing with the cracked rib since the 2nd series, but just managing it. And this guy went on to be scoring 5 straight finals games, I believe. Scored in the last game too, and wins the MVP. Kawhi Leonard, banged up, but it's your heart and your tenacity that gets you those accomplishments and to that next level. Doesn't matter how hurt you are. It's can you keep grinding? And this guy grinded the shit out of that game, shit out of this series, man. So
it's all playoffs, man.
Shall we get down to the nitty gritty? We're gonna talk about it more throughout the offseason leading up to July 1st. But do you think now this is enough to keep Kawhi Leonard in the 6?
If it's not, then nothing will ever be.
Yeah, but that's not the question I asked.
That's the question.
But do you think he's staying?
Huh? Yes, I believe he's staying. But again, what I also believe is that not a single person in sports journalism and anything knows what the hell Kawhi Leonard is thinking. I know that for a fact. That man does not talk to anyone. So everything we hear. stuff about him buying a house in Toronto.
Fake news.
Stuff like just everything we hear. Even he was speaking about it after the game. He was saying it was frustrating him. People telling him that he's not happy to be here, and what's it called? He didn't want to play last year for this team. He's like, they're like almost they're telling their
trying
story.
to write the narrative for him.
Exactly, and he's like you guys haven't heard anything from me. So it's like, where's that coming from?
What I was really,
and that's what I believe. Even with whether he's staying or leaving,
Yeah.
no one knows. Only he's the only one that knows.
So I'll give you 2 points here. What I was really shocked about yesterday in his post game, when he was talking about just to that point, everybody said he didn't want to come here. He was not excited, was not happy.
Yeah.
He said either the day after he got traded or the day that he got traded, he texted Kyle Lowry and he said, let's go out there and do something special. I know you just lost your best friend, and I know you're upset, but we have a chance to do something great. I'm coming to win a title.
He came in with open arms. There's no...
Yeah. But to me, if he sent that text the day he got traded or the day after, he never had angst against coming here. And he said, he goes, was it on my list? He goes, no, we all know what my locations were. But I was never upset about coming here, and that text proves it. So what I'll say is this. I said it all along. I said if we win, he's going home with 2 rings.
No.
And he's going to ride off in the sunset, kick his feet up on Santa Monica Beach. And
2 is not enough for him, and he's still early in his, not early in his career, but he's like at a good point.
I think he's thinking that he's got
prime.
enough time left to try and win one at home and how special that would be and build something there. And even post-game on the podium, he said, when they asked him about it, which is really stupid, how do you ask this guy about free agency right after he wins a chip and he just gets the MVP trophy while he's still on the stage?
That's
he said,
journalism.
He said, he goes, no matter what happens, this team's got a good foundation to build upon. Oh my God, when he said that, my heart almost sank. This team's got good stuff to build on. He's saying like build on without him, they'll still be fine. Come on,
but
buddy.
that's such a perfect. That's just a basic answer. That's him literally saying, like, I'm not going to talk about it, so I'm just gonna say we don't we'll see what happens.
But it's
then he's still complimenting the team by saying that the team is still a good team. Stop asking just about me.
Every little comment he said throughout the playoffs makes you think
you're reading too much into him, man.
Okay, so if he stays, what do you see that contract looking like? Long term, short term?
I think it's short term.
I don't think he's resigning for more than 2 years if he stays.
Exactly, and that's perfect for me.
I wouldn't be.
I feel like he just has it in his heart, or he could. Like, if you look at it, Toronto's his best option. Most money, what's it called?
No, the money only comes into a factor if he stays for the 4 or 5 years.
Okay, but I'm sure you would still get fucking a shit ton of money just for 2 to 3.
Yeah, but where Toronto has the advantages, they can offer him the extra year.
This is a place that he can literally play and just focus on playing basketball. This is not a city that's all run by drama and all that shit.
You saw all this.
No, I didn't hear them talking about them until we came into playoffs.
Did you not watch any media all season? You got badgered with questions. But people think that Toronto, you can fly under the radar. No, this is a major city with a major market and media presence. This is pretty much New York. North. And Kawhi said the same thing. Their media is a little bit more tough, but Toronto media is heavy, man. The presence, the pressure. I think this is not a small market by any means.
But bro, when he's here, he's not. It's like
sure he's not on TNT.
Yeah,
he's not
there's
on
no
ESPN.
drama. There's no other shit distractions aside from him coming here to play basketball. He's literally here to play basketball and to be the best player in the world. And him being on Raptors and doing what he's already done for Raptors, and if he were to even come close to doing it again next year, that solidifies him as the best player in the league. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what he's chasing. He's not just chasing, oh, I got my 2 rings, fuck it, let's just go, I want to go back home. Like, no, I feel like he's not satisfied with just 2 rings.
Here's the thing, now he's at 2. If he gets his 3rd,
his best chance at a finals, I feel like, is staying in the East and on Raptors.
Because KD, even if he stays in Golden State, he's out the whole season, right?
Yeah, he's not playing.
We'll get to Golden State, the shambles that they are now in, unfortunately. But if he gets his 3rd, he ties Steph, he ties LeBron James, and he ties Kevin Durant.
And if Kevin's only got 2.
So he's already tied Kevin Durant.
And if he were to get 4,
he wouldn't be above LeBron James, but he would move above KD and Steph, like no question, for this generation greatest.
He could move up before LeBron too. If he gets 3 chips back now,
you gotta go to like 9 straight championships to finals to touch LeBron.
Yeah, but you gotta.
And then win with that shitty of a team. Yeah, but win with that shitty of a team. Kawhi went to the finals.
He didn't win with a shitty team. He won where Kyrie Irving took the game-winning shot, bro.
Okay,
he took
but
the last shot of the game and he had 40 points that game.
Okay, sorry. Not
Come
win,
on,
but
alone.
sorry, what I meant to say, relax, tone yourself down, is
Because I hate
he
that argument for
he
LeBron.
took the worst team ever to the NBA Finals last year. That is the worst team to ever play in an NBA Finals.
But the East was.
Kawhi did not
I
do
have
that
a great
with the
argument
Raptors.
for. You know what? The best player that LeBron played on that run to the finals, the best All-Star that he played in every series, out of every series combined, was DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan was the only All-Star that was a starter out of all the All-Stars that he's played on that run. You know who Kawhi had to play on his run to the finals?
Giannis.
The league MVP. This is not just
Yeah,
some
but Giannis
regular.
got exposed.
He
LeBron
got
could have handled
exposed.
Giannis.
Who had to? It took a great player to expose him.
Yeah.
No other team was able to expose him.
You think Kawhi Leonard is now the greatest player in the world,
And he
right?
had to look at me. He had to run through practically four or five All-Stars on Philadelphia.
Do you think Kawhi Leonard
It's
is now the
insane.
best player in the world?
I feel like he's getting there. Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't
do
give
need
it to
him.
him yet, though, right?
No.
Me neither. I've seen a lot of people saying
But that's
that
what I'm
it's
saying.
just-
If he
it's-
stays for these next
Yeah.
2-3 years, he could
a
get
lot of
himself in
people
that
are
position.
so quick to just say, "Oh, he had a great playoffs," which he undoubtedly did. We all know how amazing he was.
playoffs.
That he's the greatest player in the world. But until LeBron James comes back next season, and if you see, okay, this guy fell off a cliff or something,
Yeah.
if he's putting up 28 and 8 again next season, and he goes to the playoffs and reminds you what playoff LeBron is like, hold your horses. Kevin Durant was playing his best basketball of his career before he got injured in this playoffs.
It's true.
If he had stayed healthy and won a chip, he probably would have that mantle. I'm not going to give it to Kawhi yet until we see what LeBron is like next season. And I think he's going to be just as good as he was this past season, if not even better, because he's going to have so much time
But
to
the
rest.
thing
for
is,
once
the
in his
only
life.
guy that was able to kind of shut down LeBron James was this man right here who we're talking about. Kawhi Leonard.
What do you mean? You were saying Andre Iguodala.
Huh?
Just yesterday you were saying Iguodala.
Yeah, but
that's why
he
won
still
Finals
averaged like
MVP.
30, 40 points that whole series.
33.
I think he averaged like 20 something against Spurs that 2014. Because he had games where had 18 points.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Kawhi Leonard, man.
Kawhi Leonard.
He is the best two-way player.
in the league. Exactly.
It's-
And I feel like that should be most valued.
I think a disappointing factor is I would have liked to have seen him in these finals without left knee tendonitis. Because there's times when you could tell his
Yeah.
shot was flat because he didn't have the legs underneath his shot. You play
there was
basketball.
games where
if
he
your legs are
needed-
sore and they're heavy, your jumper goes.
And bro, there was games where he had to like hope that someone else would step up,
And
like
pick his
Kyle Lowry.
spots, pick his spots.
Exactly.
And that's essentially what he did
And it
last
kind
night.
of like last night's game, like he played amazing, but it was kind of like, okay, Lowry was the best player though on the court. you
Yeah.
know?
And Kalo was a dog last night, and I told you he's going to have minimum 20 points. And this guy came and dropped 15 in the first quarter. Came out like the bulldog that he is. And the happiest person on the court yesterday was Kyle Lowry, and I'm the happiest for him.
I
He
know.
has
he
been
deserves
here
it, man.
6 years and grinded through everything. He was here when we were trash. The Rudy Gay trade, we're rebuilding. DeMar DeRozan said to him that year, hey, if you get traded, I'm asking for a trade too. They went on that crazy run with Patrick Patterson, Tupac, and the other.
I love Tupac,
Grievous Vasquez. Who else came over in that deal? A couple other small guys. They went on a crazy run, made the playoffs, lost to Brooklyn on the backs of Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. They actually played good that series in the playoffs. Had no experience. Lost to a veteran Brooklyn Nets team led by Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. They go through the turmoil of getting swept as the 3 seed the next season against the Washington Wizards. Then you make the next year, you make the conference finals. You lose in 6. You get smacked the last 2 games of the series. Next 2 years, you lose in the semifinals against LeBron James. Your best friend gets traded. And now, you're an NBA champion. That's a movie. Find the actor to play the role. Write the biopic. Let somebody star. This is amazing for that guy. I couldn't be happier.
He deserves it,
you
man.
give me what to say. I just
there's
ripped
nothing
off
to
what
say,
he's
yeah.
been through. But he's been through, this guy. And
Bro.
I don't ever want to hear people saying Kyle Lowry is not a playoff performer. You proved it to you this year. You guys can go shove
did.
that up your rear end. I never want to hear, but pick somebody else. Talk about Marc Gasol, playoff performer, if you want.
But I feel like someone like hearing, okay, the run that he just had in Toronto, and we've had this discussion before, you still don't think Toronto is a destination for free agency.
No. Well, here's the
But
thing.
come on, bro.
Here's what I say.
Come on.
Here's what I say.
What do you
Addis.
think they're looking for when they're
Addis.
looking at what team to join?
Here's what it comes down to. I've told
Just
you time
where they
and time
live?
again. If Kawhi leaves, they're going to be like, wow, Kawhi went through all this stuff and he still left.
No. Because then they're
Yeah.
gonna, you know what they will think? Okay, he's had this
Nah,
in
you said that,
plan
But
for all, like, forever.
for somebody
This
to
was his
think what
plan.
you're about to say, that they can come do this here too, they have to think that they're
There's
that
a lot of
good, that
players.
they're as good as Kawhi Leonard.
And there's a lot of players in there that think they're the best.
think they are, but are they? So we'll see. If Kawhi
Come here to
leaves,
prove it.
sorry, before I get to if Kawhi leaves, but
He's not.
if Kawhi resigns, I'm calling it. It's going to be a 1-year deal for one reason only. Kyle Lowry, 1 year left on his contract. Serge Ibaka, 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, but if he
Marcus
signed
Gasol,
2 to 3,
1 year left
all
on
those
his
guys would sign
So
max.
that's the conversation's going to happen with Kawhi. Maybe Kawhi, Kyle, and Masai sit down, because Kawhi is not going to re-sign for more than a year if he's not certain that Kyle Lowry is going to be here after next
And
season.
certain, if Kawhi stays, so is Larry. That's fact. They've built a
No, for
relationship. That's
for
a
sure.
relationship they want.
So
They wanted that to
maybe
happen.
Kyle says, "Hey, Kawhi, if I go and sign a 2-year extension right now here for the next 3 years, well, you stay for 2 or 3 years." And I think that's very plausible.
That's very
That's the way
plausible.
Masai Ujiri has to go after it. Now,
He will.
one thing I want to get
Masai
to
Ujiri is a
Ujiri,
great freaking gym.
yeah, I've said time and time again, his
Great.
free agent his signings trash.
But
His
think about,
trades
he traded
good.
the coach that got coach of the year. He was so upset with them after that Cleveland series. He was like, "No, I'm getting rid. We're not going to
That was
win with
decided
you."
after Game 3. I told
Yeah.
you it.
And he was literally,
Against
"We're not
Cleveland.
winning with you. We're changing it. I don't care if
Yeah.
you're coach of the year. We're changing it."
Yeah,
And literally, fuck, look what happened.
and
we
you
got
keep
Nick
telling me
Nurse.
regular season's
stud.
different, right? Coach of the Year is a regular season
Yeah.
award. Nothing to do with the playoffs.
Exactly.
Now, Washington Wizards, apparently their owner, Ted Leonis, is preparing to
Yeah.
offer Masai Ujiri a $10 million per year contract and a stake in ownership to come over there, probably as their president of basketball operations. Larry Tannenbaum, who's the chairman for the Raptors, asked him about it, and he goes, "I know Masai very well. He's like a son to me." All right? And
Who said this?
Larry Tannenbaum, who's the chairman and CEO of
He's like a
MLSE.
son to me.
He said he's like a son to me. And then they asked him, what would you do to retain him? He goes, "I think if you ask Masai, he'd tell you he has everything that he wants." That's a dangerous answer for me, because this guy offers him $10 million and ownership.
Bro, but
And
if
if
you
Kawhi
don't know
leaves-
what he has now,
but
if he says
if-
that,
if
he
Kawhi-
has
if
everything.
Kawhi leaves-
Trust me, he has everything he
I don't
wants.
know. What does that?
Bro, that's the best answer you could give right there. Yo, trust me, he has everything
So
he wants.
basically,
So they've had this
basically
discussion.
they're telling
They've
him,
said,
like-
"What do you want? Okay, you want that? Okay, we'll give it to you."
they're telling him, meet us tomorrow morning at high noon at High Park, behind the trees, and there'll be a bag waiting for you. That's what I would do, man.
20, 30 million.
Unless he got the money, just drop the man a bag. Same with Kawhi.
You
Drop him a
gotta
bag.
keep him.
Drop him all a bag. You got the money from these
Bro,
playoffs.
if Kawhi stays, this guy's got his life is made here in Toronto, bro. His family's life is made here in Toronto.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's married, but he's got a daughter that he had while he was in Toronto here. So
Who is that lady that ran on the court?
I think it's his mother.
The white woman?
Oh no.
No, the little, like, the shorter white woman. She came and, like, hugged him. And he was like, she's like, "I'm so happy for you." I
I
thought
mean,
that was like maybe his.
Could have been somebody in the organization.
Girlfriend or, like,
could have
wife.
been maybe his girlfriend. I'm not sure his situation. Besides that, I know that he has a daughter.
Yeah.
That's
But
all.
that's what I mean. This is what's so insane about the guy. You don't know anything about him.
Don't know shit.
You don't know anything, and he's a superstar.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. So
fuck.
we've talked about the Raptors long enough. There was another team that was in that finals last night that has got a lot of questions opened
Yeah.
up after
Yes,
Klay
we wanna end
Thompson
off
went
with
down.
this? We gotta-
Yeah, well, we'll close off with this. And so, Kevin Durant expected to miss the entire season. He could come back by playoffs at the earliest. Klay Thompson expected to miss 8 or 9 months.
Yep.
Considering we're in June, July, August, September, October, November,
I thought
December,
everyone was
January,
9 to 10. no?
February. Okay, so even if it's
That's
9 to 10, 10 months would put him in March. So just
Yeah.
before the playoffs,
And how is he coming back from an ACL tear, man?
right?
It's a
His
big
jump
injury.
shot. And what did we just say when you don't have your legs behind your shot?
There you
You're
go.
toast.
Yeah.
So, people are talking about, oh, Golden State, if KD leaves, they can bring somebody else in. No, they can't. To have 3 max contracts has to be somebody you're re-signing. You can't go that far into the luxury tax. Not possible. So the only way for them to bring in another max contract player is if they let Klay Thompson walk, which they're never going to do.
And you know what's crazy? A few days ago, if you ask someone, KD's leaving Golden State, 100%. He's not staying. Guy plays 12 minutes.
Yeah.
In 12 minutes, now we're talking about him just signing a max.
And I've told you, if I'm Kevin Durant,
It's
I'm
crazy.
re-signing in Golden State to give yourself a chance
You have to.
win a championship
Yeah.
next season.
Next season,
Yeah, if he can come back in playoffs. Any other team, if he comes back for playoffs,
he's not. I don't feel like he's doing that.
I
risk
don't
again.
buy the missing all of next season. He could be 100% healthy come March or April.
He could, but is he gonna want to test it?
No, but that might be a thought of his. Hey, if I can come back, I'd rather come back and play for a chip.
No, but I'm saying
just,
he might start taking the recommendations from the doctors where they say, you know what, just take a skip at the whole year. You don't want this injury happening again. You don't want to have another year out.
If the team he's with
just take this 1 year off and
and he is feeling 100%, wouldn't be surprised if he tries getting on the court. And so Klay Thompson,
we all know he has heart, but I feel like he's learning his lesson.
We know Klay Thompson will be up March. I think Klay could actually come back a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
We've seen guys come back earlier from ACLs. Mainly Marcus Stroman came back in 6 months. Blue Jays pitcher.
But then you also
but he is a freak of nature. That guy.
He works. Derrick Rose too. No.
No, Derrick Rose. I don't know how quick that guy. I think it was 6 months, but for him it was too early. But
he's never been the same.
Yeah, but for Marcus Stroman, that guy's work ethic is unmatched by like anybody besides LeBron James in terms of like in the gym. He's a freak. He was doing 3 a day.
Different sports, bro. In basketball,
as a pitcher, bro, you need your knee.
But I mean, in basketball, there's so much wear and tear on your knees and your limbs.
I think for a pitcher, it's the same.
Fucked. And bro, he's a tall guy, so like his height adds a lot to that freaking. Like, there's always injury to the knees. Guys that are like, right? He's like 6'10".
So, okay, let's go with this.
Yeah.
2 questions. 1, is the dynasty over? And 2, where do you see Golden State next season? No Klay, no KD, and you can't bring in anybody else. Because you just can't financially unless you let Klay walk.
It's
Pick
crazy.
a question to start with.
It's crazy to finally say it, but the dynasty is over.
I don't think so.
It is over.
But get to the second question.
It is over, and I still feel like they sit pretty high. Like they're not the worst team without those two. I just don't think they're winning a championship without those two. They're not like Curry. It's still Steph and Curry. We're still talking about a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah.
If not top 4, you know. So like.
I think what I see happening.
You
Steph
can't
alone,
really count them out that much, but I feel like they'll sit somewhere around the 5 area.
I look back at game 3? No Klay Thompson. Steph reminded us, hey, if I played on the LA Clippers or somebody or LeBron's Cleveland team alone, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to average 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists, right? That's what he's going to do next season. He's got to prove it to us. And then he's going to be back in that number 1 player conversation, back in the MVP conversation, which is he's been withheld from due to KD playing with him. And then he'll have him in the 4th or 5th seed. Klay Thompson will be back by playoffs unless he suffers a bad setback.
Yeah.
And then...
But it won't be the same Klay Thompson coming back.
So that's what it comes down to. If they lose in next year's playoffs, then also the dynasty's over. Because to be a dynasty, you don't have to win every year, but you have to be in contention, and you have to win like 4 of 6,
bro,
5 of 7.
You know that these guys are gonna come back from injuries like that the same.
You never know. He's not Gordon Hayward.
Huh?
He's better. You know, this is not Gordon Hayward we're talking about. It's Klay Thompson.
It's not, but even the greats, if they get injuries like this, they don't look the same ever again.
So sure, but how can you say for a fact now dynasty's over because they lost in the finals? If they
because
lose next
of
year,
how they lost, they just lost all their players.
But they had nobody with them.
Bro, people thought KD was gonna leave before this, so now this guy's just gonna resign because he just fucking tore his Achilles, and he can't play for the rest of the year. No, the team is not like
the only way
and Klay Thompson just tore his ACL. He's gonna miss 6. He's not gonna be. You act like these guys are like training. They can't practice. They can't.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
You think they're coming back even remotely the same?
No, but when he can. Okay, so if he's say Klay Thompson is good by March, he can start practicing in February with workouts, and then
very light.
KD is only coming back. No, the Achilles you cannot practice at all. With ACL, if it starts feels decent, he can get some jumpers up and stuff.
Yeah, but still it's light, bro. Because that's the first time coming back to physical activity.
The only way he's re-signing in Golden State is if him and the Golden State doctors think there's a 1% chance even.
But we know
could play at all next season. If he can't play at all next season, or he's saying to himself, I'm sitting out the whole year, then he's not going back to Golden State because Golden State is not paying him $45 million to not play the year. What will happen is he'll go to New York, he'll go to the Clippers, he'll go somewhere where somebody's going to give him a 4-year max contract, and they're going to pay him a year to sit out because he's that valuable. If there's no chance he's playing next year, he's not returning to Golden State. Only if he thinks he can come back.
You know what else I think decides on whether this dynasty is over? What happens with Lakers in the off season? If Lakers are if they build a stacked team and a championship team, It's,
But I think it's
bro.
here's the
Golden
thing.
State's not. Golden State can't. Even if Clay does come back, they can't beat them with just those two. Those
No,
two
for
guys
sure.
are not
But
gonna
it
win.
depends
you a
how many guys
championship.
LeBron gets. If LeBron gets one guy, then if Klay Thompson's playing well, I think it's gonna be a good
But
matchup.
They're
But
not
if
even gonna have
LeBron
like,
gets two guys, then different story.
who's like Golden State's gonna have to start picking up some guys too. They lost
can.
their center.
They have no space.
That's what I'm saying.
DeMarcus Cousins is coming back
think
next
about
season,
how-
whether you like it or not.
You think so?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
because of his injuries again. He's gonna come back.
Oh my. Okay.
And he's
Well,
gonna
fuck.
say,
Then he's.
you know why?
He has bare injuries. That team is just
but
drained, bro.
You know
That
why he's
team
gonna
is
come
shit.
back? He's gonna say now no Klay, no KD. He's gonna be a prominent role. He's gonna be their second option.
And what the fuck happened when he was even the first option?
No,
he couldn't make
I
the
agree.
playoffs. So that's what I'm
no.
saying. The dynasty's over, bro. Look at the team that you have without
Dynasty's
Clay
not
and
over till you
KD.
see what happens when Klay comes back in the playoffs.
But bro,
You cannot just
look at the
dismiss
team you have.
the greatest team of all time. You
You
cannot
know
just
he's not-
dismiss them,
bro.
You cannot. I'm telling you.
Like what?
What
It's
more
not
do they
the
have to
same
prove to
team,
you?
bro? It's not the
2015
same
champs,
team.
2016 finals, 2017 18 champs, 2019 finals, and then they're gonna lose KD. Now Dynasty's over.
2 wins they
This
had
started
KD.
without KD. This whole thing started without KD. All they need to
And
do.
the players, even
they-
though
but hold on, hold
played a
on,
lot
hold
better.
on.
No, bro, you
Hold
can't
on.
give me that argument.
People forget they had Harrison Barnes before KD.
Yeah.
Who was dropping 15 a night and giving you 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Okay.
Okay.
So if they can just get a guy like that to plug in and play, give you your 15,
Who's that
7
gonna
and
be,
7.
though?
Well, you got to see. Maybe Tobias Harris could play that role, man.
Tobias Harris plays. He's a forward.
Small forward. Or power forward.
Well, if that's who you're putting
No,
your
I'm just
trust in,
saying a
they're
guy like
definitely
that
not going up high.
Can buy them time. That guy with DeMarcus Cousins,
But
he
you
stays healthy.
you put so
Tell
much
Klay.
on whether Clay comes back. He's going. Okay, he comes back. He's not the same Clay.
But you don't know
It doesn't matter if he
But
comes
even
back.
if he's 90% Clay,
He's not 90%. That's not going to be 90%.
you cannot say
bro.
that for certainty. Until I
Name
see
me a guy that came back from
until I see-
ACL 90%. Go.
there's not many ACL injuries in the NBA. Mainly in football.
But look at the injuries that there were.
Name me somebody that you're saying that nobody can come back. You can't even name me somebody you know in basketball that had an
There.
ACL injury. One guy. And that's because he
And
came
he
back
was
too
literally
early.
he went from an MVP season to what?
And it's been known that he does not
To what?
he does not put in the work in the gym. Look at the guy. He sticks and bones. He's barely thicker than me
Yeah.
and you.
Yeah, now, bro, the guy, look at all the ACL injuries he's gone through after just having one. Bro, once you fuck up, I know this from experience. Once you fuck up the knee once, it's always fucked.
I banged up my
There's
knee.
no-
I'm Gucci.
No, but I mean, there's no repair where it's back to 100. So even if he does fuck up, if he does fix up his ACL tear, his knee's feeling okay, there's always possibility for that injury.
There's always a possibility, but we're not talking about the
But the
future.
knee
we're
is
talking
weakened.
about next season.
So he's not. You don't come back as confident, bro. I know that, like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
He won't. It
To
won't
me,
be even.
Fine.
It'll be
Sure.
like a
You have your
60%
thoughts. To me,
Clay.
you cannot write this team off until it's a given fact that Clay
I feel like
sucks
it's
in the
right.
playoffs next year. You cannot say you know that for certain. You're not a doctor and you're not Klay Thompson. You cannot say
Bro.
that.
But that team's not beating like a lot of other teams that are now going to be chasing a fucking
But who?
chip.
KD's irrelevant now in free agency, so Kyrie's gonna go somewhere alone. Brooklyn Nets, it looks like.
Yeah.
Him and D'Angelo Russell, contenders? No. Okay.
No, we're talking.
So-
no, but okay, the East I still think is Raptors.
Okay, in West,
It's Kawhi.
potentially the Lakers. Who else? Houston.
Yeah,
We
Houston.
We saw Chris Paul is old, and they're trying to move Chris Paul.
And
Who else in the West?
see what
Who
they
else
get
in the
with
West is
that.
gonna compete? Portland, get out of here. Any
Could
legitimate
happen.
team will beat Portland, unless they go and get a good front
Aldridge
court
back,
players.
bro.
Take Aldridge, then you might have
And
something.
we went to a conference finals. Don't write us off that quick.
Honestly, if but the Raptors should do it if Kawhi leaves.
Denver,
If Kawhi leaves, trade somebody and get DeRozan back for me.
huh?
If Kawhi
Oh
leaves,
my god, bro! Please give me that pity party, bro.
now what?
Pity party. Oh yeah, just come back. Just come back. Yeah, sorry.
No,
That's some dumb shit,
Thing
bro.
is,
If he
Ujiri
comes
would have to
back-
trade for him because I don't think
He would
DeRozan
never
would
come
ever
back,
sign
bro.
He would
Yes,
never
yes.
sign a contract with
He has
Masai Ujiri ever again.
self-respect. He
Yeah.
will never come back.
No, but I'm saying if Kawhi
No.
leaves, you got to bring me another All-Star. Or
Quiet leaving, bro. Get that out of your head.
Do you want to make a bet on that?
I do.
How much?
Huh?
Because I hope he stays. I'm just a pessimist.
It's gonna. So when he stays, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I lost money."
Nah, but it's just $20.
So you really
so.
want to feel like that after you hear good news? I'm telling you that right now.
Listen, I'm just hope that if he leaves, Masai Ujiri stays and gets us something. Because if he leaves,
Masai
we've talked
Ujiri
about this.
Has what he needs, bro. We heard it from the man.
Okay, so Ujiri's staying.
Yes.
If Kawhi leaves,
No.
how confident are you that he can go out and get us another serviceable player? But if he doesn't, bring in another
confident.
All-Star.
Very confident. Until
If he
proves me
doesn't
wrong.
bring in another All-Star, this Raptors team, where do you see them finishing next year in the East? Let's wrap up with that.
Okay, but then who's playing small forward? Like, you taking out a player, but who's
Norman
gonna
Powell
replace?
or OG Anunoby. It'll be OG Anunoby 100%. I would bet my money on it.
Again, same almost with Golden State. They're right on the 5th area.
Yeah, I'd say they probably finish 4th and maybe make semifinals.
Yeah.
So he's got to stay or you got to bring in somebody. And that was the one thing when I said with the trade, the biggest thing is you traded 4 or 5 years of being a really good competitive team to 1 year, putting all your eggs in one basket. And then if he leaves, you take a big step back. And then is Kyle going to resign? Is Serge going to resign? I mean, Serge I could probably move on from.
But it worked.
Yeah.
Whatever you say
It
about
worked.
the trade, it worked.
It's
It
worth
got us
it
a
now.
championship.
It's worth it now.
Exactly.
We're NBA champs, man. And before we close off, because you didn't let me get to it yesterday,
What?
U.S. Open Major Championship started yesterday.
I mean,
Rory McIlroy had a great start. I'm picking Rory McIlroy to win. Ada hates golf so much that he's walked off the set. So for this loser, Adis Kucukovic, I'm Jay Boyle. Thanks for watching In the Mix. Go Raptors, go. Party all weekend. Drink all weekend. Enjoy yourself. Love it. We're out.